Whoa, yeah. I like giving a little yeah in the beginning. And then I realized that you listen to this every week, so I hope you like the yeah, the karate. These are the paying sponsors for the show. If you'd like to be a paying sponsor for the show, you can email me at neveragainstudio@gmail.com. I have information I can send over to you. But these are all my friends, family, your family when you're involved here. Very fast and furious. But you can contact me and you can become a part of the show. And they keep the lights on. So I appreciate all of the sponsors that mess with the show. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Contact me if you'd like to be a sponsor. Finishers MMA, finishersmma.com, @finishers. That's how you find them on social media. These guys have a show with us every Monday called Now We Go. You can check it out. Zach, JM, Thor, Grace, there's too many to name that come out of that school, and they are killers in the game. They are the biggest MMA jiu-jitsu school in the area, and they are owning the East Coast. You can contact them at 610-438-0746. Ask for Andrew. They are at 3761 Nicholas Street in Easton, PA. They have 2 locations as of now, Bethlehem and Allentown. They are growing into 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say they are taking over, but they already have. Check them out on all of their social media. They are awesome to follow. And if you're looking to get in shape, you're looking to choke people, you're looking to do anything at all to better your life, finishersmma.com. AllValleyRooter.net. That's not how you pronounce it all the time. I just say it that way. All Valley Rooter, Jared LaBarba. He is my plumber. He's the show's plumber. I'm getting him plumbing business all over, and I love that he is getting what he wants. He has 24-hour emergency service. He is certified, insured, and professional. You can follow him at All Valley Rooter. He's on social media, and you can find his information at allvalleyrooter.net. Jared came down over the weekend and he fixed a problem down here. He's super professional. I love him as a person. I love his business. He grew it and he's doing his own thing. It's allvalleyrooter.net. It's 24-hour professional plumbing services. He can help you out with everything you need. It's 610-762-1656. He's certified, insured, and professional. Do not be afraid to contact him for any of your plumbing needs. Support Jared. Jared supports us. Luke Delmeyer Handmade Custom Knives. I love Luke. It's lukedelmeyer.com. He's a farrier, a bladesmith, and a blacksmith. He has custom knives, and the best part about it is you can take classes to make them. So not only can you take a class to learn how to make knives, at the end of the class, you get that knife. We're working on a project together. He started recently getting into chef knives, so he's starting to make chef knives. He makes hunting knives. He can make any of your needs as far as blacksmithing. That's at Luke Delmeyer on Instagram. That is the best way to follow him. You can see all the stuff that he's posting. He shares, he does raffles, he gives giveaways. Check out all things Luke Delmeyer at lukedelmeyer.com. We've had him on the show before. You can dig down in the library, listen to how he got started and where he's at now. I'm excited to work with Luke. He's a really good friend of the show, and I'm excited to showcase his chef knife that he's making me. Check out all things Luke Delmeyer at lukedelmeyer.com. Farrier, bladesmith, blacksmith. Rips Auto Detail. This guy is the best, hands down, in the area. I've interviewed him. I know his story. He's doing things that others aren't, and I love that he fucks with the show. I love getting the best of the best and having them support and be a part of this. That's what the sponsorship is for. I'm giving you the best people in their profession, and Rips is the best at auto detail. It's at Rips Auto Detail for Instagram. You follow that. He's showing you the different cars he does, and it's at 630 North Nelson Street in Allentown, PA. He offers paint correction, ceramic, SPS coatings, and more. This is appointment only, and it's ripsautodetail@gmail.com. You can call him at 484-553-1366. I tell you, follow him. If you don't know, you want to know more about what he does, follow him on Instagram. Follow Rips Auto Detail, and you can see all the things that Rip does. He's a big part of the show. We have a separate show we do called Road Dogs, and you can check out his past interviews and hear his whole story. I couldn't recommend this guy more for your auto, car, boat, plane. This guy literally has done everything, and he is the best in the area doing this. Rips Auto Detail. here we go. We're back Sunday evening. This will air Monday night. I am your host, Michael Fauerbach. Welcome to Therapeutic Dolphins. If you're a first-time listener, check out the subscribe button. Check out those subscribe buttons. I'm here with the mediocre Cara Burnt Toast.
Burnt toast?
Yeah, burnt toast.
Why burnt toast?
Well, you wanted Chanel West Coast, so I gave you Cara Burnt Toast. There's that laugh. I was in public over the weekend having to deal with that, and it is frightening. It's like going out to lunch and they're doing construction and there's a jackhammer outside and you just can't enjoy yourself.
No, we had a good time.
How did you like Rocky Ramen Doylestown? Owner Kevin Patton invited us down and rolled out the red carpet, did he?
He definitely did. He definitely did.
Girls got some smooches.
Both of you are fucking dickheads, I swear to God.
If you could describe it, why don't you walk us through Rocky Ramen?
We got there. Some of Kevin's friends were there already. Some guys that you knew, right?
Old friends from high school, Thomas Sari and what the fuck, Sean McFadden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were there, and we sat down, and Kevin came out, and he started handing us pushing all this stuff on us.
Yeah, he's always excited when his friends come.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. I started ordering and then he was like, yeah, there's just a bunch of food coming out. It's cool. It was a cool feeling.
Yeah.
My friend owns the restaurant and is giving us stuff. Yeah.
Good.
So, what did we get? We got the buns, the bao buns.
Yeah.
And then there was two versions. I think one was pork belly and one was, what the fuck was it? It was pork belly and what?
I only had the one. I didn't have the other one.
I'm trying to think. Oh, beef. It was a beef or steak.
Because Emmy picked the center out.
Yeah, I've had two meals with her so far, and I didn't realize. I'm just getting to know her, and I didn't realize that she eats like a bird. Eats like a bird at a bird bath.
She's like, here, take this one home, and just
yeah. Take
like,
this one home that I kind of ate the cilantro out of. And then put it back. Like, what are you doing? Eat the fucking thing. I always find it weird when people have odd eating habits because I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm eating food. I love food. I don't care if you think it's weird that I stuff the whole fucking thing in my mouth like a dick at a truck stop, but that's just how I eat. She'll show you how to do it. Guys, she's single.
Stop.
Best beach in the area. So I've heard from every truck driver in the Valley.
Shut the fuck up.
There's a reason there's a smile on that Amazon truck.
Hey. Stop giving away my secrets, Michael. Okay?
She's keeping the lights on. We went to Riverwalk Saloon earlier in the day. I'll get to the hiking story when we almost died soon. I'm giving a little Tarantino. We're starting at the end of the story and then moving the parts around. Riverwalk Saloon. Emily New works there and a couple other girls that I know. I don't mind that place. She wasn't a fan of the tacos.
I never been there.
It's fun in the summer. Right now it sucks because of COVID. So and it's eventually just going to go to takeout anyways. Thanks, Wolf. Here's the bird, Wolf.
Yeah, my beef with him goes before COVID.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. We can burp on this show.
Yeah. Kevin burped in my ear when he hugged me. I was like, oh yeah, that's hot. That really turns me on. He's like, I want to fart in your mouth. I'm like, ew.
Yeah. I wish he would have, so you would have stopped that noise.
It probably would have got worse.
No, you probably would have just vomited. Yeah, she got a taco, and I picked mine up, bit half of it.
Yeah.
It was okay, and then I look over, and she has half the taco unfolded.
That's not how you're supposed to eat a taco, Em.
Nope. She's got the side folded like a ventriloquist dummy's feet hanging over. She's got that fucking thing sitting there. And I'm like, well, this is a very specific way to eat. We're not playing What was the fucking
Pickup sticks.
No, I wanted to go with Operation. We're not playing Operation when we eat. You know,
don't touch the sides.
My nose is already red. It's not gonna fucking go off.
You should probably get your heart taken out.
Yes, I should. Yeah. So I whatever. Sometimes girls eat weird, you know. And then when we went to Rocky and she did it again, she was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna, you know." I'm like, I'm getting soup, and I got a taco. I'm also eating all the appetizers. I'm a large man. I like to eat large things. Once again, back to the truck stop. So, like, you know, I mean, you like eating food. So, like, when I go out, like, I like going to places. I like getting a little bit of everything. Yeah. And then she's over
I tried
here.
Everything. It was really good.
She's over in the corner with a small teacup. Like the holder for the teacup filled with grass, and she's fucking.
You're a fucking liar.
Ooh.
A cucumber.
I had a cucumber seed and a piece of grass. I'm sure full.
They licked it.
Yeah. Didn't even eat it. Just like, oh, it tastes good. So here, full. Put it back. You want to take it home?
Stop. Okay, we need to stop.
Stop what? We're talking about our friend Emmy.
She's great.
She is. Fantastic person. Sweet soul. That one. So it's a kind heart. She feeds the homeless every year for Christmas.
I don't think so, but okay.
You're getting the picture of her, you know? So she's like, hey, man. She's into hiking. I like hiking. She's like, let's go to the Gobbler's Knob. And then I said, what? She was like, it's the bake oven knob. Stop calling it Gobbler's Knob. So I guess if you go to the Gobbler's Knob / Bake Oven Knob, there's a view. Okay. So you look it up. There's a nice view out to the skies, the seas. You can see the area. It looks like a nice little railroad track. On the ride home, it was fun listening to her say, I think we saw that house. And I said, no, that wasn't where we were facing.
Did you give her a smooch?
No. So we go up there, and if you go to the right is the main parking lot. I know this now because there's 2 parking lots. So if you go to the right, that's where you go to see The Rock. Not the fucking terrible actor who got COVID irresponsibly, who's no longer in the Fast and Furious franchise. The Rock, where you stand out and there's a nice overlook. So we parked to the left. I've never been there before, and I don't really know her. So, like, you know, when I go hiking with my other friends, there's somebody who's like the navigator. So they have a hiking app, and they look up where we're going, and they know destination to destination. Now, she's been bothering me long enough to go to the Gobbler's Knob / Bake Oven Knob.
Why do you call it the Gobbler's Knob again?
So, like, she's asked me to go long enough that it seems like it's a thing she's been researching to do. Turns out she has not been researching anything about the Gobbler's Knob other than the lookout. Okay. So we start our adventure to the left. We're supposed to be going right. So immediately we start going downhill. And that's when I was like, I don't know if this is the correct way. And she says, no, I don't think we're going to make it to the top of the lookout going down. So I was like, well, you know, let's just keep going. It might be one of those where we go a little bit into the woods, but it felt more of a service trail. It didn't feel like it was the thing that we were supposed to be on. So we're jib-jabbing, getting to know each other a little bit further, and that's when I find out that she isn't the type of person that looks into hiking before you go hiking. Now, there's an immediate problem because I'm also the person who doesn't look into hiking when I go hiking. Like Katie Drosnock is.
You're putting this all on her.
I'm not. I just said she doesn't look into hiking. I don't look into hiking.
So it's a miscommunication.
No, not at all. I looked at her and I said, we don't know each other. I don't know her. I'm getting to know her. I know now that she's the type of person that does not look up to go hiking. So if we go on another hike, I have to look it up.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to be a repeat of what happened.
At any point, did you think of like the movie Wrong Turn, where all like the Mongoloids are in the forest? Yes.
That's kind of the vibe going there. It cuts off into a dirt road. I should have taken my truck. I didn't know how deep it was into the Appalachian, but it was a long,
Appalachia.
No one calls it that. So just relax over there, burnt toast. You'll have your time to shine, and the boys can call you. We'll start flashing your number at the bottom. So when we made the turn on there, she's like, there's like trash on the side of the road and just weird mountain stuff where like somebody's got a grill, or the remains of a grill, and then like the frame of a couch that they burned in the road. So I'm like, oh, cool.
And you feel safe.
Glad that you've chosen to go on Murder Mountain on Netflix.
Where all the dirty dopers are.
Yes. So we get past all that, and she's like, this is very bizarre, very wrong turnish.
No.
So we're about an hour into hiking, and I said to her, we are going the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Like my friend Lisa told me, this is a very small hike. We're going to the thing. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And I didn't care that we,
Maybe
I
like
didn't
a detour.
Yeah, I was like, whatever, we're going on a hike.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep going, and then I realized that I have no clue where we are because I've never been hiking, and now we're on the Appalachian Trail. This is no longer
Jacobsburg.
Yes, it's not Jacobsburg, and it's no longer Gobbler's Knob where the kids are coming to hit their vape pens and take a selfie. We're on a service trail that if a fire broke out, this is which way they would go on these back roads, ATV or four-wheel drive only, to help out whatever needs. This is not where people go hiking.
Okay.
So I say to her, we should probably start paying attention. And then she's just like, yeah.
So how long into the hike was that?
Like an hour. So then
a few moments later.
So then I'm starting to realize she doesn't care. Oh.
Okay.
And I'm just like, all right. So then we get to this other part where they have parts on the mountain that are like it's a fucking, there's something for burning or something. And then they have like this animal or this area that's all fenced in where like you're not allowed to go. And then there's like specific
sacrifices.
Yeah, stuff like that. Fucking. It's where animals fuck. It's a designated fuck shop for the animals. So at that point, I'm like, all right, I have to start paying attention to circling back because I started explaining to her. She's like, you're freaking out, man. You're freaking out. You don't know what you're talking about.
It's like,
and I was just like,
bears and shit.
I brought bears up. Bears were probably the second thing I brought up. The first thing I brought up is I said, hey, we're on the Appalachian Trail. I said, it's not going to take a turn and come back around where the parking lot is. We're not on that because we went the wrong way. So if we continue, we will end up in Wind Gap. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Appalachian Trail does not stop or have a side shoot off to shoot back to where you're going.
No.
I'm like, we're going to have to start figuring this out because if we go too far, it's going to start getting dark. And she's like, it's 12 o'clock and you're starting to be a little bit paranoid.
It gets dark quick though.
That's what I said. She said, it's 12. You're talking about 5 o'clock. But I'm like, yes, but if we go any further and we are going the wrong way, we now have to come back. So if we hiked for 3 hours and then we would have to go 3 hours back, that's a 6-hour hike.
That's nuts.
Yes, that's what I was trying to explain to her. And she was just like, whatever. I was like, okay.
What kind of Uber, right?
Not yet. That was on Red Flag 3 when I realized I was with a maniac. So,
did you come across any like pickpockets or loose women on the Appalachian Trail?
That's the thing too is when we started getting deeper, I started realizing how alone we really were and that there weren't people on that because we're not where the public goes.
Okay.
So then I started to kind of get a little bit of spooky. It started getting a little spooky where I'm like, man, if we ran into somebody, and every time I end up on the mountain, I say to myself, I should have brought something, anything, a stick, anything that if there was an altercation, tomahawk, flamethrower, gun, rockets, whatever, dildo made out of concrete, I would have brought it. I could have stored it in my tuchus and then pulled it out and saved us in the nick of time. I was beating you with a giant concrete piece of shit. So we get to a point where we start seeing like private property and then you start seeing hunting cabins and then it starts getting very, very Unabomber. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you ever watch that documentary when they show like where he lived out in the middle of nowhere? Like people who live that far out away from you or either hunting, they're crazy or they do both.
Right. And those are the people that call it the Appalachia.
And I'm with a pretty girl, very exotic looking girl, you know, black market money. So she says, you know, if we run into somebody, I'll just get a ride. And I'm picturing being hit over the head with a club, and off she goes. Off she goes. What do we do then?
I don't know.
I got bad asthma. I'm overweight. Currently training. Just in the beginning of it, I can't help you. So then we start heading a little bit further.
No one will fuck with you with that mustache, though.
I do look very Lorax.
You do.
I know.
It's a spirit animal.
I wish. I'll tongue that thing's butt. So I start calming down a little bit because I like that she's like, hey, you're so over the top right now, and I am. But I'm also having to pay attention. I'm usually the idiot who's just talking about nothing, and I can look at the ground and get high, and I just follow the person who's leading. Very, what are those? Very lemming. I'm a very lemming type guy when it comes to hiking. So now I'm like having to be alert, and then that's making me annoying, which is talking too much and being like over the top. But I'm also realizing that, I'm basically in charge of her life. Like she's not going to get us out of anything. So we go down around this bend, and there's like in between things where I'm like, maybe this is where people are supposed to be going, and I'm trying to get us to circle back, but I don't really know if we're going back because I don't know the general direction. Whole time I have my phone.
Compass.
The whole time I have my phone, and I could what ended up not freaking me out. Like I could have done a million things with my phone.
Yeah. So how was the service out there though?
I don't think I got service, but I could have used like the compass or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I also wasn't that concerned. I was concerned about our well-being, not really getting that lost. Because worst case scenario, we could just turn around. Even if it got dark, we would just turn around and follow the path out.
Yeah.
So we got down to these like openings that like open up, and there's like, you're in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains, and then there's an opening, and it's all grass. There's no trees there at all. And then now it's very midsummer. So now and that's like this big, and I'm just like, this is fucking weird, dude.
You're like, no.
Yeah, and then there's a house, and she's like, we should walk over there. And I'm like, yeah, that's very Hansel and Gretel. I'm not getting fucking raped by a witch.
You want to, probably.
I don't know if it's a guy. So, we're trying to head back now. And then we're pretty thick in. And then I said, we should probably be concerned about animals. And then she's just like, what? And I'm like, mountain lion, bears. Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, mountain lions aren't around here. And I'm like,
what?
I'm pretty sure they are.
Definitely are.
They are. And then I was more concerned with that because I watched that video of the mountain lion in California coming at that guy. Or I don't know if it's mountain lions or a bobcat. Some kind of fucking cat is in that mountain. And we're in an area where there's more animals than people. So there would be animals interacting in those areas because they're not there because people aren't ever there. So we're probably the only people in a long time that were there.
Did you ever see a bear in real life?
No. But the other thing too is my brother lives up Saylorsburg. And there's constant bears in his backyard.
Oh, shit.
That's in Saylorsburg in a development. Now we're in the mountain behind that where they live. So I start getting a little spookied out again because I'm like, what am I going to do? Mm-hmm. This girl's maybe 65 pounds. Even if I'm like, fuck it and kick her first, rips her in half and comes for the big old tomato. That thing is going through the wispy little dandelion and is coming after the big old pork chop behind her.
He's like, move, bitch.
Yes, very. Get out of here, dude. Just steps on her.
Farts on her.
That's disgusting. I don't even think bears do that.
Everything has to fart, right?
No. My grandmother never farted. It's actually why she passed away. Rest in power, Granny. Mm-hmm. So then I was thinking to myself, shit, I should have brought something. Mm-hmm. She's telling me we're totally fine. We don't need a weapon. I'm overreacting, and worst case scenario, we'll get a ride.
From the drifters.
Yeah. I said I wouldn't really be comfortable with, some guy being like, yeah, sweating and licking his lips. Get on in.
Smelling like Italian hoagies.
Yeah. Never seen the likes of you around here. Get in.
You smell pretty.
Yeah. Then the doors lock. And then that's when she was like, well, if we're not going to get a ride from them, we could Uber. We are in the middle. The
Do
middle
Uber
of the
have like
mountains.
ATVs or anything?
Middle of the mountains. It's hard to get an Uber in Nazareth. It's hard to get an Uber in Nazareth. They're not running all the time. It's not the city. It's not running all the time. There's
Right.
probably one or two people that come into the Uber, and it's expensive. It's like if I were to Uber from here to the casino,
Yeah.
it's almost $35 to $40. Now,
I think Gina and I Ubered from the Sands one night, back night home.
Now, do you think there are a lot of Ubers outside of the Appalachian Mountains?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So I said to her, even if one came here, do you have enough money to pay this man? Could be thousands of dollars.
Really?
To make somebody drive to the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah.
I don't know who would do that. Somebody in a truck? How do you tell them that's what they need to get to the mountain?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm hiking with an absolute lunatic. Maniac running on the edge of time. She's a maniac.
And like, how far into this time-wise was this now? Like 2 hours?
No, it's probably like an hour and 15, hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, we're kind of heading back. I think we're heading back. I don't know.
Did you have like water or anything on you?
Yeah, I overpacked water. I did do that.
Yeah.
And then,
Was that water
don't
in your
forget.
cup? Or was that...
No, that was gin.
That was straight gin?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So don't forget, she's also a female. She's now starting to get hungry. Didn't pack herself a snack. And that's when I said, well, now I know you. I'm getting to know you. So next time I'll bring a snack.
That's nice of you.
Well, that's because I don't want to hear, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I said, I know you're hungry. You said you were hungry. I know, but I'm just going to keep saying it because I'm hungry. She was honest about it. I wasn't upset. Good for you. Tell me it's coming 1,000 more times. I'll be able to ignore it. Then we started heading back. And then we started finding more things that made it seem more like a destination. It made it seem more like there were maybe people that go through there. The openings were weird. I don't know what they were for. Like, it was these giant fucking openings. And then there would be like a birdhouse. But they're also the openings where, like, you know, when they show like those bear documentaries,
right.
and like that's what it, like, I was like, man, stuff definitely crosses through here.
Well, yeah.
So, we started going back. And then we get to this crossroad. Uncle Charles style. Boom, boom, boom. Saying what you gonna do.
I was thinking the same thing. Bum, bum, bum,
I always loved
bum.
Bone. Josh used to always be playing Bone. And then one of the classes, it's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. Good fucking tune. I'll put that on when I'm cleaning up, when I'm wiping things down. Listen to a little Bone. So then, where we're at, I now know where we are. I calmed down. Okay. And then I'm like, I know where we're at. I said, and if we go up, we're going to go back on the trail. I said, why don't we go to the left? I immediately knew that we shouldn't be listening to me, but she said, fine. So we start going that way, and now we're going back behind people's houses. And I was like saying, like, what do these people do? You know, this is middle of fucking nowhere. And then they're like, they have scary things, you know, like there's like, oh, that guy's got like, why does he have a shipping container with camouflage over it? Like, and then she's just like, is this a meth lab? And then we started getting close to her property, and then we started hearing children screaming, or it could have been a chicken. I'm going to go with children were screaming for their lives. So then we finally made that out, and then we ended up getting on a road. And then as soon as we got on the road, we were now 2 hours into the hike. This is a fucking quarter mile is what we were supposed to do.
Now there's no signs like which way you're going, how far?
Not where we were, because that's not where you go hiking.
Oh, Okay.
When we get over to the regular area, then they're like, oh, follow the white marker.
Mm.
So we saw a guy when we were coming in, there was people leaving, which is also what kind of threw me off, because when we walked by them, I was like, oh, people are leaving, so this is probably where we're supposed to be going.
Right.
So we get out on the road, and now if we go the wrong way, we're not going towards the car. So luckily we were like, let's go up.
Okay.
Let's hoping that we have to go up, and then that's where the parking lot is. So then we started walking, and then I was like, oh, and I opened up my phone, and then I swiped to the left, and then it's like, it shows you where your car is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then it was like your car. Well, I forgot you have a Packard Bell. So I have an Apple.
Poor.
An Apple. I'm sure your phone was way more expensive than mine. So I have an Apple phone, an iPhone. It's not the newest, but I like it. Stores a lot of naked pictures of people on it. So it says on there, this is where you're parked. And then this is also a little thing at home. If you lose your car Christmas shopping in the Lehigh Valley Mall and you don't want to get gunned down by gangsters and drug dealers, you can click on your car, and then it tells you how far away it is.
Oh.
So it was a 15-minute walk.
So did you have to like download that app? Or
No, it just does it
phone?
automatically with maps.
Oh shit.
So like sometimes it'll say like, hey, your car's parked here. And then it'll leave you it'll pin the destination of where you parked your car. How that works, I don't know. Thank you, Bill Nye and the rest of the smart science people. Who was the guy in high school? Mr. Wizard. Remember Mr. Wizard's World?
Yes, I remember.
He's
Mr.
like,
Wizard.
oh, you're gonna dump a science beaker and it's smoky. I used to be in the back. I can't see anything.
He was on like PBS, yeah?
I don't know. All I know is I was always stuck in the back by some booger picker farting it up when I wanted to be by a gal to let me hold your hand and let's get sweaty hands. Nope.
Oh.
You're in this row, and then we have IU. And then that's where I got stuck behind. Right in front of him. So I got fucking people yelling, fucking shit from the Goonies, and then I got fucking farting booger pickers sitting next to me. God damn it. I was a good-looking kid, too. I should have been in the front. Should have been as the helping hand. Then Mr. Wizard was like, why don't you come back behind the curtain and I'll diddle your asshole, kid.
I'll show you what makes it a rough.
He's like, 2 fingers in my colon. He's like,
now cough.
Yeah, while I come. Dirty old Mr. Wizard.
Oh, for shame, Mr. Wizard.
For shame. That man definitely buys trousers off the internet that accidents happened in.
That's what you want to do. Only if it's an accident.
Kevin didn't remember me saying that. We laughed so hard.
Yeah, we did.
What did I say that you were selling? You were selling underwear that you shitted on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
And you're like, you'd buy that, and I was like, nope, I only buy accidents.
So gross.
What a good time. I wish that wasn't an hour away.
Right? Ricardo, like, what was his name? Ricardo.
Yeah.
He says that Kevin's a good boss. And
Great.
Yeah.
Then you got Ricardo's number.
No, definitely didn't.
Yeah. You're like, let's play I Love Lucy.
Absolutely not. He's like, I'm sorry, but you're very beautiful. And I'm like, thanks. He's like, can I kiss you? I'm like, no. Yeah.
He's very straightforward. He came home with us the one night and we got all fucked up in Kevin's kitchen. And, it was a good night. I don't remember much. And then I went home, and then like an hour after I got home, I get a ding. And it's myself and Ricardo, and we're both shirtless sitting at Kevin's kitchen table drinking.
What the fuck? And he's a tiny little man.
Yeah.
He's Guatemalan. He told me he's from Guatemala.
He's cool. Whatever. He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
There was 3 or 4 people that Kevin, had to get rid of. And, Ricardo stepped up. I don't know where I was in my story because you interrupted it with Just telling general information on Ricardo. You thought that would be good content. You're like, he had black hair.
No.
He had fingers.
Stop it. He had little ravioli hands.
Yeah.
They're so tiny.
Probably fit right in you.
You're so gross.
Oh, the other one is Italian.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, Mamma Mia, give me my watch back.
You're nasty.
Yeah, so we were like 8 minutes away then. And then we started walking up the hill. But I felt bad. She's a little gal, and she had to start walking backwards. She just kept going, why are you breathing so heavy? And I'm like, I have asthma and I'm fat. She's like, okay, I just, don't want you to die. So we get up to the top of the hill. And we're planning our next hike because we was like, well, I don't really want to give up on this place. We should probably at least
definitely come back.
Go back.
Yeah.
So then
I want to go.
We get to the part. You wouldn't have made it. We get to the part. No, you would have not made it. You would have
Oh my God.
I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I brought some pasta to heat up. I'm just going to sit here. And then, I can't take the two of you. I don't know when I'll ever hang out with the two of you together.
Why?
Oh, it's awful. Awful. Awful, man.
I don't think so. We're a lot of fun.
Nope. It's the closest thing I've ever had to having children was sitting next to you two.
Why? We're perfectly fine.
No. It was just awful. Awful. It was like a seesaw of like ding, ding. And then there's such a long pause before the light. You guys are like flickering lights. Your intelligence is like flickering lights of like, oh no, she's fine. It's like, it's very draining. It's very draining wondering whether or not you guys have an ounce of intelligence. But I'm also a man, We're higher on.
We are very highly intelligent women.
Sure.
We are.
Sure. Well, we can't wait to read about it in your tell-all book. You'll be on Oprah. Because if you ask me, I don't think so. 2021, the year of the man. From this platform, shouting off the rooftops, we will have our rights. We are the superior human being.
Shut up. You're so
You
dumb.
couldn't open a bottle.
I opened it.
After I said, try turning it hard.
I did. It was hard.
We are the same as you, and we should do the things that you do. Can you please help me open up applesauce? Why can't you
First
open
of all,
it?
I don't talk like that.
Why can't you open
Second
the
of all-
applesauce? Oh, that's right, because I'm stronger than you. I'm a goddamn man.
You ain't
Doing
shit.
man things.
You ain't shit.
Doing man things. Helping you open a fucking jar of applesauce.
You didn't fucking help
Getting
me.
a lady off a mountain before she gets eaten by a fucking animal. So we get up to the parking lot. There's the car. I said, oh, there's the car. She says, I don't think that's your car. I said, I know what my car looks like.
No, it's not my car at all.
No, that's where the flickering light just. Yeah, I don't think that's your car. I hit the button. Beep, beep.
Guess it's not.
It's not the Roadrunner. So we get to the top of the mountain. We get in the parking lot, and we see the guy that passed us. Now, I probably look like I ran a fucking half marathon. I'm just sweating. My feet are killing me. And this guy goes, Jesus Christ, where did the two of you go?
We had hot sex in the woods.
I wish that was the story. Nope, wasn't. I think at one point I went to brush her shoulder off because a leaf fell on it, and she struck me with a stick.
She should.
That was the sexual tension on the mountain. Ma'am, I think you have something on your... Ah! Sorry. Trying to be chivalrous. That's how I was raised.
Don't.
That's how I was raised. Yeah, don't. And then 10 minutes later, oh my God, I can't believe guys aren't chivalrous. No. Make no more sense, please, ladies. You fucking backwards idiot animals. So I love the format of this. So we get to the parking lot, and this guy who... I
So
forget.
you passed on the way in.
Yeah, but I forget how she described him. It was very funny. So that guy was like, where did you get lost? And I'm like, we were lost. And she was like, we were definitely not lost. He's been overreacting this entire time. And then I said to the guy, I said, look, I said, this poor girl, we drove all the way up here. She just wants to go see the rocks.
Yeah.
And he starts laughing and he goes, well, that's a quarter mile that way. And he goes, how far did you walk? And I said, 7.5 miles. And it was 2.5 hours long, which I like a long format exercise. So I wasn't mad at her and all,
yeah,
poking fun at the story, but it was fun. And then she's like, let's go check out the view. And at this point, I just went to sit down. My dogs are barking. She doesn't have an extra 300 pounds to carry around. So she has her second wind, and she's prancing through the woods like some kind of mystical fairy, yelling, hurry up, hurry up. And I'm just like some fucking fat bag of porridge leaking out the fucking back. And I'm like, my feet hurt. And she's like, well, do you just want to stay? Like, at one point, I wanted to just do this to feel how fat that is. But she was like, well, do you just want to stay here and I'll go look? Like,
you fucking sack of shit.
Yeah. Like, and I was looking at her like, yeah, I'm definitely that fat and I would give up in life. We obviously don't know each other. We don't obviously know the story of my business. But I'll sure stay right here while you go ahead. So we get up there. And of course, it's a fucking Snapchat session. A bunch of fucking twinks and toddlers fucking playing fucking whatever. Fucking Tyga song is on whatever fucking R&B. Yeah. And it's socially acceptable for them to just play loud music out of a phone. And then there's like this weird hippie couple and this guy's ripping a butt. And now we all have to smoke on top of the mountain because of him. And then I'm like, man, this was worth it. My knees are bleeding. My fucking feet hurt. We almost died. And then now I get to sit in this fucking idiot's Snapchat filter. View wasn't that great.
No?
It was, but it was
ruined
cloudy
by those
out. No, I mean, it was still cool. I don't like going out on the edge. I don't want to end up like an Aerosmith song. Does
that make you nervous? Are you scared of heights?
No, not at all. I am... But I'm not.
Right.
Like if I get to the edge of it, I feel a presence of you can die.
Yeah.
Apparently she does not, which is what occurred when she didn't believe there was bears in the mountains. And then later on, I screen capped my Strava hike to show her what we did. Uh-huh. And in the Strava hike where we went through is a group of rocks called Bear Rock.
Ooh.
They don't call it that because they don't see them there. So we went up to the top of the thing, and the fucking Snapchatters are over here, and they're fucking high. High as a kite. I don't know what they're doing. Probably smoking angel dust.
Probably.
So they're hitting their vape pens, and the one girl just goes, man, I am vibing. I'm vibing on this mountain. At this point, I'm like, well, I could be in my car, and the heat warmer could be on. My butt could be warm right now. I wouldn't have to be listening. And then I'm sweating so much because I'm fat.
Those seat warmers.
Yeah. So I'm sweating because I'm fat. So then I'm now drenched in sweat and we stopped hiking, which means I'm now just covered in cold, wet shirt.
Not good.
I probably
not good.
stunk.
Ew.
Yeah. So we go over there. You know, these kids are having their devilish dessert, smoking the cabbage.
The devil's lettuce.
So then, the girl goes, I haven't been in nature so long. I needed this. She's probably 15. Ugh. I haven't been in nature so long. I needed this. I'm vibing on this. So I walk over on the other side of the rocks. And I love doing stuff like this. She still doesn't know me. And she doesn't get like that I love making situations uncomfortable. So there's a couple over here, and I'm a loud person, and I walk over by the couple, and she goes, oh, where are you going? And I said, to see if the music is any better over here. Meaning, there's other people here. Why don't you turn Post Malone off?
Right.
Maybe someone here would not like to listen to a Sprite commercial while we're here. And they're just like, just living in their phone. They're at the top of the Appalachian Mountains, and they're in their phones.
Well, yeah, that's all they know.
Yeah, it's fucking a terrible generation.
Well, yeah.
So I go over and I say that, and then old Smokey and the Bandit over here is just fucking nailing his ciggies. Fucking dirty ass fingers, and puts those nicotine bad boys in his wife's piss hole.
Probably your vagina, not her piss hole.
We don't know. Mountain people. So I go over there. They're chuckling a little bit, and I start, packing it up. There's another view, but we can't go over there because there's a kid holding his girlfriend as if they're at a prom slow dance.
Ew.
And anyone who walks by there, he looks at them awkwardly while she's talking and looks at them like, you're in our moment.
Ew.
And I'm looking at them. I don't want to be in your moment. You're making me be in your moment. Stop staring at me.
Stop making eye contact with me, hillbilly.
Yeah.
You're scary.
So now I can't go to the right because, there's fucking Dawson's Creek going on over there. I don't want to wait for my lives to be over. That's going on in their heads.
Ew.
And then now I have a large gentleman with like 3 basset hounds coming across the entire exit.
I didn't hear this part of the story.
No,
so.
of course, because she didn't look at it that way. She's like, oh, the guy with the dogs. And I'm like, oh, the annoying fuckface who had 3 basset hounds, and he looks like the fucking deputy from the Dukes of Hazzard going, oh, what's going on? Sorry, my dogs are catching under your feet. And then everyone's just now moving. And then now we have to go to places where you don't go. And I'm like hopping off a rock. I'm like, no, it's totally cool, man. Take all of your dogs that way and be in everyone's way.
Right.
And then there's families behind them, and they're just like, look, sorry, that's Papa Joe. Your family stinks
because of my dog.
Yeah, your family stinks. Keep walking. Go right off the fucking edge, and nobody will care. You will not impact the earth. Yuck. Get out. Take a hike.
That was really harsh.
I'm harsh. Take the basset hounds. Go off the fucking edge of the earth. I don't fucking care. You will not be missed at all by anyone outside of the Jim Thorpe area. They might hang a fucking cross up for you, but no one around here cares.
Wow.
So we finally get down, and then I fucked my foot up. I fucked it up bad.
Yeah, you have something on your foot.
Yeah. My mom thinks that I might have had a fucking fracture in my foot or something, but it's fucked up. I almost called and was going to have somebody take me to Ready Care at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like it hurt that bad.
Is it in your top of your foot or your ankle?
No, it was my side of my foot. And why I think I was in so much pain is the foot was swelling, and it was like fucking making my foot a big old fat foot. It just fucking hurt. Yeah. So that was the fucking bake oven knob she insisted we go to.
I want to go. I will make it. I swear to God.
We'll see if we would go back to the bake oven knob. You don't go that way that we went.
Yeah, but I'd still want to walk around a little bit.
Yeah, I like going on long form hikes. So I actually told her, I said, if we would have went to just bake oven knob, I would have just been like, well, this was stupid. Like what we did is what I wanted to do. Right. There was just a lot of factors with getting lost and not knowing where we are. I told her I would do it again. There's other ways that we could go, but I would go hiking again with her. I just have to know now that I now have to download the hiking app. I have to kind of plan the stuff out. If she says a general direction, I have to realize that she did not look into the area. She doesn't know about the animals in the area. And she kind of just probably spun a globe and stuck her fucking little pencil finger at the fucking thing. And she's like, hey, we're going here. We're going here.
Did you ever go to Kittatinny?
I don't know what that means.
I went there the one time. That was pretty serious.
I want to go to Hawk Mountain. I went there in high school.
Yeah, I think a lot of people went there for high school trips.
My parents brought us there. It's actually when we were separated because they left me as a baby on top of the mountain, and they were trying to sacrifice me to the hawk gods. Nance and Hen.
They didn't do it.
Ended up being then my adopted parents, but my original parents left me to die on Hawk Mountain.
You're so full of shit.
Nope. Yeah, I don't care. I'll go hiking. I need to get different shoes. I think that's a part of why my foot's fucked up. But I don't know.
You should get higher ones.
No, it wasn't that it was high. I've been hiking in them for a couple of years, and they're shot.
Yeah.
Because I got them probably 3 or 4 years ago, so it's time to get new ones.
Yeah.
And then when COVID hit, I was going so much where we were doing almost a 2 to 3 hour hike a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to get new shoes. But that was my story. I knew it would be fun to tell it. I wanted to tell it. I wanted to talk about Rocky Ramen. Was there anything you wanted to touch on?
No, Rocky Ramen was a lot of fun. The food was really good.
Yeah. I want to go down too. Sometimes he has musical guests playing outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wants me to have the guy on the podcast. I want to meet him. I forget the guy's name. Joshua maybe.
Oh.
He was like a runner up on some kind of music show.
Oh.
That's all I know. That's as much as I know.
That was a really good story, Michael.
It wasn't a story. I was promoting my friend's business. I'm trying to wrap this up. I served you a softball, and you definitely fucking missed it. You need to start being prepared with your own stories and your own notes, and not just doing a little bit of the tootski before the show starts.
I never did that and never will. That's disgusting. It's for rednecks and white trash.
Oh my. Very Appalachian mountain people.
Appalachia.
I never did cocaine.
No.
And I would like to, but I think at this point...
no way. You definitely have a heart attack.
That's what I'm thinking. I want to get some blood work done, and if it clears, I'm just going to do a bunch of coke.
Please don't. That's
just
disgusting.
once.
It's gross.
No, I want to do cool stuff, like where... I won't ever tell you I did it. I want to wear like a cool button-up shirt and a tie and like listen to Huey Lewis and just do coke.
Okay. American Psycho.
Maybe no, I wanted to not listen to Hip to Be Square, not that, but I would like to put down a newspaper, maybe use it as a dirty animal. Just go to the bathroom.
Now who's a dirty hamster?
You.
No.
What's that knocking?
I don't know.
Well, it's you probably hitting the microphone in the fucking desk. At what point did you think that anyone wanted to listen to you chew gum? The entire show.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I wanted to wait till the very end just to let you know how rude and disgusting it is. Especially like audio listeners like Rip, where there's no visual, so he just hears the entire time. Until we get that's terrible that you can't hear it. Maybe you should take off your hat. Maybe we'll get a gum sponsor out of it. I also like that you didn't adjust the microphone after I told you it was hitting the thing.
Don't care.
Well, you should start caring. If the numbers go down, I'll take the show off the fucking air. I'll be back to sitting at home in your fucking bath bombs trying to fucking get guys to jerk off to your feet pictures. You can follow her on Instagram. Seriously, pick that mic up.
Oh my God.
No one wants to fucking hear that.
Is that better?
Yes, it's not hitting the desk and going ding, 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 ding. Have you ever listened to anything other than your own horrible laugh echoing like a fucking terrible call for Batman to come and help you? But we all just hope he shows up and kills you. No, I'm serious. Tootsie Town is where you guys can follow Kara for pictures of her feet.
No.
You can listen to all the shows and everything else on neveragainstudio.com. I want to thank you for reaching out and giving us all the positive feedback on Therapeutic Dolphins. If you guys would like to maybe write in questions or whatever, you can email them at neveragainstudio.
Ooh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, just talk over the plug for where they can do it at. That's a great idea, you fucking idiot. neveragainstudio@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments for Kara, I know all you married white knights out there get super horny and like to stick up for her, but this is all well deserved. You guys don't spend time with her. This is the same off air as on air. It's like hanging out with a retarded baby buffalo.
Why a buffalo?
I don't know. I just picture if I pushed you over, you wouldn't be able to get up. And that's what a buffalo is to me.
I can get up perfectly fine.
Yeah, we'll see. neveragainstudio@gmail.com for all your questions and comments for the show. You can follow everything we're doing at neveragainstudio.com. Follow us on iTunes at Never Again Studio. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Get the numbers up for us. Check out all of our sponsors. The sponsors keep the light on. It's very important what they are to me. So you guys should, you need a fucking plumber, you call Jared. You need fucking Rip to do something, call Rip. You make these guys your number one for help because I do. Thank you so much for listening. Chanel Burnt Toast, why don't you take us out with a soft prayer?
I don't have any. I have nothing to say about prayers. Stop it. I hate you so much. Say something. What are you going to say?
Nothing. That's the end of the show.
I believe it's